Well, here we are, gang. Essay number 9. Our last writing experience together in Captain Kirk's Cosmos. This is it. You got one more to do, and it's a great essay to write because it lets you rumble through all that we've done and review your learning this semester. That's what a review essay is. This is an essay shape. It's probably the most real world of essay shapes because in lots of the professions, managers, administrators are asked to review the quarter, review the period, review the project, kind of a debriefing after a big event or a big effort of some kind that happens in businesses, happens in schools, happens in all kinds of not-for-profit agencies. So this is actually a kind of thing that you might be asked to do at some point for those of you guys who are moving into professional work where you're dealing with staffs, training other people, part of worker or production teams. A review essay. So in this class, what we're going to be reviewing is what we've done all semester. So you're not very surprisingly, and you probably have done these in classes that you've done before. In college level writing, it's a chance to show off. It's a chance to really demonstrate all you've learned about formatting, all you've learned about detail and concrete writing that's in the middle of an essay. And we can use, headers or little subheader titles throughout the document to help organize your thinking and also to help organize the report reading for your readers. So the title of this, you can adapt this. You might turn this into a 2-part title. My experience in Captain Kirk's class, you might turn it into a 2-part title by saying, my experience in Captain Kirk's class, thumbs down. My experience in Kirk's class, thumbs up. My experience in Kirk's class, I can't believe I did it. Anything in the second part of a 2-part title. First part of a 2-part title says, this is what it's about. And the second part of a 2-part title gives the readers a hint of your spin. Sometimes it's detailed, or sometimes it's comical, or sometimes it spikes our attention, it piques our attention. So my experience in Kirk's class, I don't know how your experience was. What are a few little words that might give the readers a hint of what you're proud of, what you were surprised by, what you were challenged by in our class together? All right, so that's your title. And the next thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 things that we want to make sure that you have a chance to review in this essay. First, I want you to look at your fluency writing assignments and your lexicon assignments. Reread them. You can go to My Grades. You can click on the assignment, see your grades, but you can also access your submissions that way. When you put all your lexicon words together, what are your top 5 or 10? How was it for you? Write a generous paragraph or 2 about what you've learned from your fluency writing and all your lexicon word list work. What do you think of that assignment? Are you proud of your number of words? Was it useful? Okay. Second, you're gonna get the chance to think about all of our readings and the videos that you've watched. My God, you've been submitted to a lot of Captain Kirk on these silly little videos, but some of them have been informative. Some of them have been useful. Which one do you remember? What were you surprised by? Okay, we talked about our fluency writing in words. We've talked about our readings and videos. Of course, you're going to talk about essay writing. And I've included all kinds of specific questions that you might address or think about in the written assignment of this. When you think about what do you now know about essay shapes? What do you know about concrete and abstract writing? How about your writing process? What's revision and copyediting? How is it different writing an essay for you in college than it might have been in high school or before? I'd like you to then, this is a really fun one, think about what you did to survive this class online. Feel like Home Alone. It was hard. It was hard for me at the beginning. It's still hard. It's a very different kind of work than I'm used to. And I have been really stretched and challenged to keep up, to get things to the level of quality that I'd like them to be, and I'm still not really satisfied by it. You too, you guys had to learn so much at the beginning, both just with the interface with Blackboard, but also with like your life. You didn't have school to go to. You had to find quiet places to work. You had to stay up late or get up early in the morning or put on I don't know what you did. You guys did all kinds of stuff. And all the time, we're also dealing with COVID and friends are getting sick and we're scared to go to work, etc. I mean, little Sammy Hughes, my sexy son, got sick. We were worried sick for a couple weeks. Happily, it was a light case, but I wanted to strangle the little shit for exposing himself at a party weekend. So, all of that stuff's been going on. We've all been dealing with this. You get a chance to talk about online challenges in this part of your assessment essay, but also, what about the online high points? What have you liked about online? What has surprised you? What did you look forward to when you think about the announcements, our videos, the to-do list, all of the grading and my grade book? Do you like that? What parts of it have you liked? How does this compare to other classes that you're taking online? Or how's it compare to your life before, in the before times of COVID, when you actually got to sit in a class? Are you eager to come back next fall where we can really be in a classroom together? Or have you learned some skills that you can take into the spring semester to a course or two so you can keep up, keep engaged, keep on working towards your degree? So you get to talk about the challenges. How did you persist? How did you figure things out? And you also get to talk about real advantages or pleasures that you've had in the online environment. Those are worth note. And for me too, I've some parts of my teaching have really developed in this experience. I was pretty proud of myself in the classroom, but I've really had to rethink and retool, and some of that I can't wait to let go of, but some of it has actually been really interesting to me and I think useful. So it's never all negative. It's never all positive. It's never black and white. That's one of the big learnings about the ideas of this class. Most things are fuzzy, are gray, and are just more complicated than thumbs up or thumbs down. And I think that's one of the advantages in your critical thinking that's developing as you're doing these college level work. And certainly as we go into 102, if any of you guys are going to go into 102 either next semester or next fall, in Love and Lit, my 102, we really build on that challenging work of dealing with the grays, dealing with the fuzzy edges when it's just not clear how to work our way through some really complex issues, complex experiences, and complex texts. So I think this is good preparation for that. But if you're ready for more writing and if you're going to do another online class, you are all invited to my 102. And that's a wonderful experience. It's probably a better experience in real life. So it's a hard course for everybody. You might want to put that off until the fall. But heck, if you survive this semester, you want into my class, I will make sure that you get there, even if we have to bump other people away. So keep that in the back of your mind. Everyone has to do 102. You have to do 2 semesters of writing, 101 English and 102 English. So whether you do it with me or with any number of the other great teachers here, Professor Velosen's great, Professor Smith is great, Professor Hart is great. Just get it in your head and get it on your schedule for next fall, if not this spring. If you haven't signed up for spring courses, do. I think it's a great time to take some of those 100 level classes. You need 100 level psych, you need 100 level history, you need 100 level math, you need 100 level science. Most of us need science. If you're not a sciencey kind of person, take nutrition, but get into those classes so you can get them out of the way and get on with your majors. All right. My fluency writing, my reading, my essay writing, my online challenges. And the last part of this essay is anything else you want me to know? Anything else you want to share with the class. That's another opportunity. So you have 5 parts to this assessment essay. You can fluency write through each of them for 10 or 20 minutes and then rewrite into a more formal, shapely sentences. Use everything you've learned about details. You can quote me. You can quote your papers. Show off your MLA formatting. Really, these final exam essays are really a chance for you to show off. I will read them, your colleagues will be able to read them, and also other faculty on campus. I give these essays to get their assessment of your writing level and your writing work as well. So just keep that in mind. This is a chance for you to really shine. And it's fun. It's fun to review. I think you'll be surprised, pleasantly surprised by how much we have done in these difficult, long weeks when we haven't even hung out and held hands together yet. So, okay, that's the biggie. That is due on, I believe, the Sunday of the 13th. And I did that on Sunday so that you guys can read them if you choose to. You can read, get extra points if you want to post responses, read other colleagues' work. You've got a couple days to do that before the end of the term. The last final assignment is your final portfolio. Now, back in the before days, we did this with hard copy and we collected, we looked at them, we found them, we shared them. But we're working in an online environment. So that's bad and that's good. The good news is that all of your essays are already on Blackboard. They're plugged in wherever the assignment is. Number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, and now you'll have had number 9. Some of those are rewritten, polished, revised. Some have had comments. Some you're very proud of. So your final portfolio, you don't have to print anything out. You don't have to hand anything in. But what you do have to do is decide what's your best work. And you have to collect those essays simply in a list. So you can choose any of your essays as your portfolio essays. You want to rank them best to worst, and you want to make sure that you have a minimum of 10 pages. So, if you write a generous number 9 review essay, that can be one. A lot of people, that's their favorite essay because they have so much to say about their challenges and about their accomplishments. But you guys have written some of you wrote great essays. Gosh, Destiny, about how the grandparents met. There's some wonderful stuff in your story essays. Some of you have rewritten those as source essays. Some of your once nows, high school versus college was really interesting. Oops, I'm losing power. So you get to decide what your best stuff is. List it. My number 1 essay, number 2, number 3, number 4. But you'll see an example of how I want you to list those on the instructions of your final portfolio. And rewrite them as much or as little as you want. You will be graded on the ideas of those final portfolio essays. That's half your grade. And you'll also be graded on the MLA graphics and formatting. So your MLA grade will be the highest MLA grade for any single essay. So what that means is you want your best essay to be as MLA perfect as you can. Punctuation, graphics, 12-point font, double spacing. If there is a works cited, make sure it's correct. So your best essay should also be your best MLA graphics essay. So there you have it. Your final work for the final 2 weeks. Everything has to be in absolutely no matter what by midnight at 15. Blackboard closes at that point, and the grades are submitted and the registrar puts them online. So you can do all this work right away. You can do it today, tomorrow if you want, and be done with the class. But whatever you do, however long you take, however much you reflect and revise and rewrite, make sure you get it in by, the 12th, 13th, 14th, and absolutely by the 15th. You have to have that number 9 written and submitted to receive credit for the class. So that's important. Make sure you get that number 9 review essay in whenever you want. Last I want to say is I am at your service. I'm your professor and I'm available 24/7 to answer questions, set up consults or conferences, give advice about class, next semester, anything else you want advice about. So you can email me any questions. I will be looking at the email regularly And we can also set up a conference. All you have to do is say, hey, Captain Kirk, I'd like to meet with you here. I can meet with you Wednesday at 3. I can meet with you Tuesday at 1. And I can meet you Friday at 5 p.m. Which time works for you? And I'll tell you what the time is. And we can call the phone. We can FaceTime. We can Facebook. We can FaceTime. We can Zoom. Whatever works for you best to set up time so that we can, you can get your answers, questions, we can rewrite together, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm really available to you. So make as much or as little use of that as you find useful. Okay, guys, it's a lot to do in this last push, but you've come a long, long way. So give it your all and finish strong. I'll be rooting for you. And I can't wait to see your papers. Have fun. See you soon.